H1 Unlimited welcomes you today to the Drivers Invitational Series with E-League Racing. This is race number 3 of the 5-race 2020 H1 Unlimited Drivers Invitational Series. The first 2 events of 2020 has went to Jimmy Shane in the Miss Home Street. Maybe someone else today will crack the winner's circle. Our broadcast today is brought to you by Staples of Spokane, Spokane Angels Foster Care Community, Atomic Screen Printing, the American Powerboat Association, Jesse's Stitches, and Woodshed Embroidery. My name is Jeff Ayler from Madison, Indiana. I'll guide you through this afternoon's program. My regular broadcast partner, Brad Luce, has an excused absence today, and that will be recorded as such on his H1 Unlimited time clock. But Brad has his poolside watch party gathering watching still today in Edmond, Oklahoma. Joining me this afternoon is one of our E-racers in the E-League, from Monroe, Washington, Bo Rarick. Bo, good afternoon. I'm looking forward to working with you.
Good afternoon, Jeff. It's great to be here in the announcer's booth with you. It's a little bit different atmosphere for me. It's my first time doing this, so I'll do the best I can.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. You have numerous sim racing experience. You are a qualified driver. You did participate in the APBA school boat experience in Pateros, Washington in 2017. So you do have an aspect of what it is actually like to be on the water, not in an unlimited, but in an inboard.
Yes, that inboard driving school boat was one heck of a time. My experience in an inboard hydroplane is limited, but I will do the best I can to give you many insights as to what these drivers are thinking while they're out in the milling period and then the race.
This is the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. It's the traditional 2.5 mile course in Tri-Cities, Washington. The front straightaway is on the Kennewick, Washington side. They'll go into turn number 1 right in front of the Big Blue Bridge. They'll blister down the back straightaway, the Pasco side of the Columbia River, and they'll go into turn number 2 right in front of Rattlesnake Mountain. The preliminary heats are 3-lap heats. The final heat is a winner take all 5-lap final. We will run heats 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B. The top 6 boats in points after 3 sections will go to the front row of the final. The 7th boat in points will be a trailer, and Bo, the winner take all final. It'll be a thrilling 5-lapper. The first one that gets the checkered flag first will win the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward. It's going to be a great race.
Before we begin today's program, H1 Unlimited would like to take a moment to remember Scott Pierce, longtime pilot in the Unlimited Hydroplane Series, co-rookie of the year in 1981 with John Walters. Scott passed away early this past Sunday morning. We now have a tribute lap with the Mr. Pringles boat. Jamie Nielsen will take to the course. Our tribute lap complete. Thank you to Jamie Nielsen. Jamie, of course, the driver for Scott Pierce in the Grand Prix America Series and the GP55. It's been a tough week for the hydroplane racing community, knowing of Scott's passing. We send our condolences out to Scott's wife, Susan, his daughter, Jamie, Scott's brother, Craig, the entire Pierce family. Our thoughts and prayers go out to you in this difficult time, and it is a huge loss for hydroplane racing, but the sport will continue, and we'll always remember Scott Pierce. Now, turning to racing action today, we have the draws coming up for Unlimited's Heat 1A and 1B. Doing the honors, we bring in Aaron Stevens and Kate Lampson.
Hey everybody, it's great to see you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy your racing today. I'm Aaron Stevens, and I'm the race director of the Tri-City Waterfallies, and here today I have Kate Lampson at the world headquarters of Lamson Crane, and today we are drawing for Heat 1A and 1B for the Columbia Cup. So our first draw will be for Heat 1A.
And get them mixed up. It's the U91 boat.
U91 in Heat 1A. Heat 1B.
U12.
Heat 1A.
U11.
Heat 1B.
U1.
Heat 1A.
U440.
Heat 1B.
U99.9.
Heat 1A.
U10.
1B.
U7.
And for Heat 1A,
U98.
we hope you guys have a great boat race weekend, and we look forward to seeing you guys for the 2021 HAPO Columbia Cup and Over the River Air Show. Thank you for playing with us.
Thank you, Aaron and Kate. Kate, of course, with the Lampson family, the crane provider for many years at the HAPO Columbia Cup. To learn more on Lampson Crane, check them out on the World Wide Web at www.lampsoncrane.com. You saw the number 10 boat drawn in Unlimited 1A. They are unfortunately a scratch for this afternoon. We have an 8-boat field. We'll have 4 boats in 1A, 4 boats in 1B. Bo Rarick, our top qualifier, new to the list, new to some sim racing, not new to hydroplane racing, the real ones. J. Michael Kelly, the top qualifier in the Graham Trucking, hot lap at 162.303 miles per hour. Second quick, Jamie Nielsen in the J&Ds at 162.244. Taylor Evans, third quick in the bucket list, KISW Miss Rock at 162.191. And 4 and 5 there, Bo. Give them a shout out. The top 5 are within 2 miles per hour of each other.
Yes, it's one fast field, and qualifying fourth is Jeff Bernard in the Miss Goodman Real Estate at a 161.612, and qualifying fifth is Jimmy Shane in the U1 Miss Home Street at a 160.274.
And rounding out the rest of the qualifying, 6th quick, Aaron Salmon in the bucket list racing at 156.098. Corey Peabody in the Graham Trucking American Dream, 151.483 miles per hour. And making his initial sim racing debut from Valleyfield, Quebec, Canada, Patrick Haworth in the U7 Boitano Homes at 148.547 miles per hour. Bo, I'm looking forward to it. 1A should be coming up here in just a bit.
Yep, and we already saw that draw for Heat 1A. Let's go through the field here. In Heat 1A is Jamie Nielsen in the U11 J&Ds. Jeff Bernard in the U91 Miss Goodman Real Estate, Corey Peabody in the U98 Graham Trucking American Dream, and Aaron Salmon in the U440 Bucket List Racing. So we got two of our fastest competitors here in this heat. Jamie Nielsen and Jeff Bernard should be a really good battle between those two boats.
Looking forward to it. 4 boats in the A section, 4 in the B section. We'll take the top 6 in points. As we mentioned earlier, they'll go to the front row of the final. Your 7th boat in points will be the trailer. Only one in the field will set for the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. Waiting for our E-League Commissioner, Tate Meyer, to give us the word on when the countdown will begin for 1A. Still about 1 minute out, Bo. And we mentioned the top qualifier, J. Michael Kelly, at 162.303. Some of these H1 actual drivers, Bo, are new to this sim racing, and a few of them have adapted to it real well.
They have. I guess it's just instinct. Like, they know how to fly a boat, and, they played this game. Usually when drivers have something to say about the difference between driving a real unlimited hydroplane and driving a hydroplane in hydro sim, they say that you don't really have a feel for the boat because you're not inside the boat. You're just sitting at home on your computer. But these guys have a lot of experience in the APBA and in H1 Unlimited, so it doesn't surprise me at all that they've adapted to this game pretty quick.
We're about inside 10 seconds until the 5-minute period. 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. There is the 5-minute period for Unlimited 1A as we're running for the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup here in Tri-Cities, Washington. Boats leaving the pit area right now. Our game creator, Scott Przybylski, continuously adding sites on the shorelines. He's done a wonderful job with that. As the boats leave the pit dock, we'll get the lineup here for you. First boat out was the Chartreuse and Carnival Orange. There we're on board with Jamie Nielsen out of Gig Harbor, Washington, driving the J&Ds. Jamie checked in second quick at 162.244 miles per hour. Our next entrant in Unlimited 1A, the Tennessee Orange Bucket List Racing, the 440. Aaron Salmon drives out of Seattle. 6 quick at 156.098 miles per hour. Our third boat, the red, white, and blue, the U98 Graham Trucking American Dream. Corey Peabody in the cockpit out of Kent, Washington. 7th fastest in qualifying at 151.483 miles per hour. And our fourth entrant, the black and gold, the U91 Goodman Real Estate, Jeff Bernard Chauffeurs out of Kent, Washington. Jeff, 4th fastest in qualifying at 161.612 miles per hour. There's our 4 participants for Unlimited 1A. Bo Rarick, we're coming up on the 3-minute, 10-second mark.
Have a look at.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Have a look at Jeff Bernard here. He's slowing down because it looks like Jamie Nielsen and Jeff Bernard are both going to do the park and start here. There's no minimum speed rule in this H1 Unlimited Drivers Invitational race, but you can see how far back they are parking. They're parking right before the entrance pin. That's so they can get a good run off that exit pin and head up the backstretch with speed before they get their lanes assigned.
Thank you, Bo. And also, too, there are spotters in sim racing, correct?
There are. Eddie Camfouche is doing the spotting for Aaron Salmon and Taylor Evans today. Normally that would be my job, but I'm here with you.
Now, the practice when you're doing this, when you're at home before you go into actual race activity, can you reset situations like at the minute 30 mark or the 2-minute mark, or do you have to go through the whole game simulation like in a heat race to practice prior to the start?
Well, this game can, excuse me, this game, you can reset it to whatever you want. You can adjust the clock to whatever you want. You can make the clock 1 minute. You can make the clock 10 minutes if you so desire. But yeah, it's a great game to practice your starts, and you can set your settings to whatever you want to curtail to your needs.
And all the boats in today's virtual HAPO Columbia Cup, everybody has the same settings as far as power, acceleration, wing adjustments, etc.
Yes, all the boats are exactly the same. So this is purely a driver's race. It all depends on driver skill.
We're approaching the 1 minute period, coming up on the 1:15 mark. There is the park and start format. You see Jamie Nielsen in the J&Ds coming up on the 1 minute period. Jamie appears to be in prime position for lane one. We're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 1 minute period is come and gone.
Whoa!
And Jamie got in the tail and went over Bo right prior. Oh, that's a tough break.
That is. They are allowed to reset and keep going. So Jamie Nielsen now back behind Corey Peabody. Looks like he's going to try to sneak inside of him. I don't know if it may have looked like Jeff Bernard may have came over on him, but I didn't have a good angle on that one.
Clean maneuver, no call there on that incident involving Jamie Nielsen, who went over, did reset, and he has recovered nicely. So, Bo, we're up in turn number 2. Lane number 1 appears to be Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate. Aaron Salmon in the 2 lane in the Bucket List Racing. Jamie Nielsen will go to lane number 3 in the J&Ds, and on the outside will be Corey Peabody. We're coming to the line. We're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. We're racing an unlimited 1A here at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup on the Columbia River as they fly into turn number 1. Aaron Salmon gets there first in the Tennessee Orange in lane number 2. Jeff Bernard in lane. We do have one gun jumper. We'll get clarification on that. Aaron Salmon, a gun jumper in the Tennessee Orange. So Jeff Bernard on the inside is a clear-cut leader in the gold and black Goodman Real Estate. Salmon running physically second is in the 4th position. Jamie Nielsen in the 3rd spot, and trailing is Corey Peabody as they work up into turn number 2. You see Bernard, and boy, Bo Rarig, a boat you drive in the E-League version, the 440. Tough break to begin the day here for Aaron.
That's unfortunate. I would thought he had that start wired.
We will come down to complete lap number 1. So Jeff Bernard now comfortably in front in the 2nd entry for Miss Madison Incorporated. The Goodman Real Estate works into turn number 1, looking for 400 points here to begin the day at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. Bernard in front, Nielsen in 2nd, Peabody in 3rd, Salmon trails it. We're halfway through unlimited 1A, and Bo Rarig right now for Jeff Bernard. No mistakes, keep it clean, get the 400.
Yeah, he's just out there for a nice Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon drive at this point. Because the boat on his outside, Aaron Salmon, he did jump the gun in 2nd place, is Jamie Nielsen in the U11 J&Ds, and he's about 2 rooster tails back at this point. Corey Peabody sitting in 3rd.
Our virtual white flag displayed, 2 in the books and 1 to go, and Jeff Bernard 2.5 miles away from victory here in unlimited 1A. Jamie Nielsen remains in the 2nd position in the J&Ds, Corey Peabody in 3rd, and Aaron Salmon in the 4th position. Bo, with Bernard out in front, going back to that incident prior to the start, the wake, the rooster tails, you do have to watch that in sim racing. It is a weapon, and we saw it right before the start.
It is a weapon in Hydro Sim. And looking back at it, it does look like Jamie Nielsen did slide out into that rooster tail. And these rooster tails, as they are in the real boats, they are not friendly.
Final turn, final lap here in unlimited 1A. We go on board with Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate. Coming to the start-finish line, buoy, checkered flag out. 400 points goes to Jeff Bernard in the U91. Second place will go to Jamie Nielsen, recovered after the incident prior to the start. Jamie gets 300 points in the J&D. Third position to Corey Peabody in the U98 Grand Trucking American Dream will get 225 points. And Aaron Salmon gets the first blemish of the afternoon from our officials with the gun jump. He will come across to get 169 points. So, Bo, we're off and running. Easy win for Bernard.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Aaron Salmon. Instead of getting 300 points, he's got a 169. Now he's going to have some work to do to get into that final.
And that was a big win for Bernard with his qualifying points. He has 460 right now. Jamie Nielsen was in the second spot with 300 with his qualifying points. He has 380. So nice recovery by Jamie Nielsen. And Bo, you've been in this situation many times in sim racing. Just like real racing, composure was key, and Jamie showed it.
Indeed. Sorry.
And with this, our winner of Unlimited 1A and the Goodman Real Estate, the black and gold, Jeff Bernard. Jeff, congratulations. A little bit tight off turn number one prior to the start. Did you see something behind you?
Yeah, when I look back, I saw him go up in the air, but I was going for the leapfrog, and I swung a little wide to scrub some speed so I can hit it right at 1 minute. And when I got to the exit pin, I tried to just leave one lane there. It's typical for somebody to kind of slide off that buoy, and if they don't hold the lane, then they're in trouble. And I felt that there was a lane there, and my spotter said that we were clean, so after that, it was just go run our heat. I ran extremely conservative, just collect some points to get in the final. But this is a lot of fun. I love this game. It's been an awesome add to our house for me. Maybe not so much for Krista. For the summer of no racing, it's definitely giving me something to do to get my competitive racing in.
At home in Kent, Washington, you mentioned you saw behind you. How many different screens do you have up while you're driving? To see to the right, see to the left, see to the back of you?
I just have a 32-inch curved screen, and then on the steering wheel we can look backwards. I got paddles on the steering wheel, so I can look right, left, or pull both of them and look behind me, see if I have overlap. But when we're racing this league, we have spotters, so
Okay.
really just rely on my spotter, Tim Johnson, who drives the boat in the E League, is my spotter today, and got Kelsey and Jimmy in there when we're not in the same heats, listening in and talking. So it's been so far an awesome day. It's we're starting off where we started off in Madison, other than kind of screwed up qualifying earlier, blew over.
Sure.
Didn't get the time that I wanted, but Goodman Real Estate's, we're going to try to put her in the final and do one spot better than we did in Madison.
Well, Jeff, great visiting with you. Congratulations again. I got a funny feeling I'll be talking to you later today. Good luck the rest of the afternoon.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome. And Bo, you heard from Jeff right there. You know what it's like in the cockpit with sim racing. You heard him say once he had a clear-cut lead, it was just keep it together and finish. Up next will be Unlimited 1B, waiting for the clock countdown from our E-League commissioner, Mr. Tate Meyer, from right there in Tri-Cities, Washington. We're inside 10 seconds until the 5-minute period for Unlimited 1B. Four, three, two, one, mark. There is the 5-minute period. for Unlimited 1B here at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup on the Columbia River in Tri-Cities, Washington. We'll have 4 boats answer the call. Crafts are leaving the pit dock right now. And okay, thank you very much. And we'll ID the participants as they come out here for Unlimited 1B. And there is the Tennessee Orange and Black, the Carstar powered bucket list KISW Miss Rock. Taylor Evans in the seat out of Sammamish, Washington. Taylor, third fastest qualifier at 162.191 miles per hour. Our next entrant coming up in Unlimited 1B. There is our top qualifier, J. Michael Kelly, in the U12, the Graham Trucking, the red and black. J. Michael, top qualifier at 162.303 miles per hour. Definitely one to watch here this afternoon at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. Next entrant, the winner of the first 2 driver invitational series races with H1 Unlimited this year, Jimmy Shane, cutting the course right now in the Home Street blue and white. Miss Home Street, Jimmy, 5th fastest qualifier, checked in at 160.274 miles per hour. And our 4th entrant, making his sim racing debut from Valleyfield, Quebec, Canada, in the dominant red with the blue and white striping. It's the Botano Homes, the U7. Patrick Haworth, the driver. Virtual owner, Dave Barnish. There are our 4 boats for Unlimited 1B. We're 2 minutes and 45 seconds until the start. Tate Meyer, our commissioner, will come in momentarily. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty with Bo Rarick's communication. And Tate, we're off and running. We got some hot ones here in 1B with Jane, Kelly, and Taylor Evans has been doing dynamite so far this year in sim racing.
He has this year, absolutely, Jeff. He is leading the point standings for the Driver Invitational Series as it stands right now. There's a lot of boats right behind him who are chomping at the bit to take over that points lead this weekend.
2 minutes and 5 seconds until the start for Unlimited 1B here on the Columbia River.
We got Taylor
right
Evans
now, there's that
parked.
park and start sequence. We see Tate with Taylor Evans already down on power right there past the entrance pin of turn number 1 here on the Columbia River. Following up behind is Jimmy Shane in the home street, and Tate, surprise, oh, there he is. I knew Kelly would be in the mix. Here the games begin. 1:30 until the start.
Absolutely, 1:30 till the start. You can't pass the exit buoy before the 1 minute gun. So these guys will probably start picking it up here at the 20-second mark. It takes about that long for the boats to spool up, and we'll see you to the 1 minute pin here at the exit pin. Patrick Haworth did hit a buoy, unfortunately, so he is a lap down.
Thank you very much, Tate. So Patrick in his sim racing debut already a lap down with a buoy violation penalty.
And we got a clean score up.
Tate, by my eye, everyone well behind that 1 minute pin prior to the start.
Yep, very conservative at the start. Now the race up the backstretch, you have to have 1 rooster tail overlap to move over. Does not look like JMK is going to have enough to go over on Jimmy. We'll see. There he goes. He might have the lengths.
By my eye right here, it looks like he does. And you can see Shane getting squeezed back there, and he had to go to the outside weight. So 30 seconds until the start. Taylor Evans will have the 1 lane in the bucket list KISW Miss Rock. J. Michael Kelly, your top qualifier, lane number 2 in the Graham Trucking. Jimmy Shane settles for lane 3 in the Miss Home Street. Patrick Haworth on the outside in the Boitano Homes. 10 seconds until the start. Everybody just a little bit early. Now they pick it up as we're coming to the line here for Unlimited 1B. 1, Mark we'll wait for the word on Tate if the start was good.
Taylor
We're racing.
Evans jumped the gun. We got one jumper, Jeff.
Taylor Evans jumped the gun in the bucket list Miss Rock on the inside. He is running now in the third position. Your actual leader on the course is out in lane number 3. It's Jimmy Shane in the Miss Home Street, but on his inside is your top qualifier, J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking. And you see Evans in front, a lap down with that gun jump, and you see that rooster tail. He still needs to drive clean, and Kelly's got a lane in there as we work into turn number 2 on lap number 1. You see Evans, we go to the aerial, now we're side by side for the first place position here in Unlimited 1B, and J. Mike makes a nice turn, and Shane counters back as we'll come down to complete lap number 1. They battle for real, they battle in sim racing, and Shane has a lead, make it 2 boat lengths over Kelly in second. 1 complete, 2 to go here in 1B, and you see that Taylor Evans affecting your legal starters back battling for first. They appear to be physically running for second and third, but that's your battle for up in the front. Now Kelly takes the lead. We're halfway through Unlimited 1B, and Shane flew the home street, recovers, and Kelly now out by 2 boat lengths as they go into turn number 2 here on the Columbia River. It's Kelly in front. You see the wash from Taylor Evans in front of him in the third position. Haworth in fourth. And now J. Michael Kelly gaining some superiority off turn number 2 to come down to get the white flag. White flag displayed. 2 in the books and 1 to go. And right now, Tate Meyer, J. Michael Kelly, he has spot off that wash from Taylor Evans in front of him. And the top qualifier looking to get 400 here in 1B.
He looks really good here, Jeff. We had the exact same matchup last year in the Columbia Cup, the 2019 version. I think for 2 or 3 heats, it was Jimmy battling J. Michael on the real Columbia River. We had that same matchup here on the virtual Columbia River racecourse, but it looks like J. Michael Kelly's going to prevail.
Half a lap to go here in Unlimited 1B. It looked like Jimmy Shane might have got off the throttle. Going to settle for those 300. But you still have to get to that start-finish line in running fashion. Final turn, final lap in the virtual Unlimited 1B. We go on board with J. Michael Kelly. You see him going outside the wake of Taylor Evans in front of him. We'll come down, checkered flag waving. Here's your winner of Unlimited 1B, J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking. Second place will go to Jimmy Shane in the Miss Home Street. Third position will go to Taylor Evans in the Car Star powered bucket list KISW Miss Rock, 225 points. And Patrick Haworth will come across in the fourth position, and Boitano Holmes with 169 points. Bernard wins 1A. Kelly wins 1B. And boy, that was a nice ride by J. Michael Kelly, Tate. Had all sorts of problems prior to the start and then during the actual race with Taylor Evans in front of him, with Taylor being a gun jumper. Boy, J. Mike showed composure. That was a big win.
That was a big win for Mike. Lane position is key since everybody has the same setup here on HydroSim. Lane position can be a determining factor a lot of the heats if you come out on top or not. So J. Michael got the inside, as he usually does on these real or virtual races, and that helped him out to win Heat 1B.
Joining us is our Unlimited 1B winner, J. Michael Kelly. J. Michael, congratulations. I'm out of breath on that one. That was a big win. All sorts of things happening on the track.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Good to hear you guys. And, yeah, it's been fun. It was definitely really exciting. This game, it's pretty challenging. And but I got to thank Quentin Miller and obviously, you know, the other guys that I've been racing with and practicing and stuff. I mean, they've been a huge help. And, you know, it's definitely showing right now.
Well, first of all, let's go during the warm-up period. You're in the lane 3 sequence. After the 1 minute period, you hit the throttle Was the spotter key and kind of creeping over to move Jimmy out to lane 3?
Yeah, it definitely helps having Quentin on the radios. Having a spotter is huge because we can look back, but it's really hard to tell if you have illegal overlap or not. And so having that spotter definitely helped secure that lane 2 for us, and we just went from there and got a good start. And this first couple laps, I mean, side by side, I mean, it's pretty stressful sitting here and doing that.
And then during the race, Taylor Evans, who was on the inside of you in the bucket list missed rock, he was a gun jumper. How challenging was that to stay clean of his rooster tail and weight?
Well, the first turn, I was kind of in that tunnel, place that's never fun to be in, but I was able to lose clean, come out, and just stayed right on the outside of his wake and followed his arc, and felt like I ran a pretty good race right there.
Great job, J. Michael. Congratulations. Thanks for visiting with us. You're perfect so far on the weekend. Top qualifier, a heat win. You're looking for 3 more to sweep the day. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Go Graham Trucking.
J. Michael Kelly with us, winner of Unlimited 1B. Our program today is brought to you by Staples of Spokane. Spokane Angels Foster Care Community. Learn more about their activity at SpokaneAngels.org. Atomic Screen Printing, the American Powerboat Association, Jesse's Stitches, and Woodshed Embroidery are sponsors for today's H1 Unlimited Drivers Invitational Series at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup in Tri-Cities, Washington. The program is moving along. Up next, we'll have the draws for Unlimited's Heat 2A and 2B. Pulling out the ping pongs, we bring in from J&D's Wes Ward.
Wes Ward, J&D Hydraulics, drawing for Heat 1A.
2A.
Drawing for 2A. U10. U7. Uh-oh. 440. U11. Yay! U12. U1. U99.9. U98. And last and least, U91. Now what? Heat 2A. Number 10. Number 440. Number 12. Number 99.9. Number 91. Heat 2B. U7. Go U11. U1 and 98. Thank you. See you Saturday.
Thank you, Wes Ward with J&D's. J&D's steel and nickel upfitting, hydraulics, along with truck and trailer repairs. They have been involved with Unlimited Hydroplane Racing with the Rainey family, sponsoring their U11. Not only do they do trailer work for the U11 team, they've also done trailer overhaul work for the U1 Miss Home Street and Wiggins Racing out of Alabama. Wes Ward, thank you for the heat draws, and better yet, thank you for your sponsor participation in H1 Unlimited Hydroplane Racing. Tate Meyer, you're with me. Bo Rarig had some technical difficulties. with his audio. Unlimited Heat 2A coming up. It will include Aaron Salmon in the bucket list, J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking, Taylor Evans in the bucket list, KISW Miss Rock, and Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate are two winners from 1A and 1B. Here they are in 2A. Look out.
Here they are in 2A, and then 2B, we've got Jimmy Shane, the two-time winner here on the Driver Invitational Series. Patrick Haworth in U7, Boitano Holmes, taking over for Bert Henderson. The U11 Miss J&Ds with Jamie Nielsen, and the U98 Graham Trucking American Dream with Corey Peabody. So we got some competitive-looking heats as the draws look, and we will get started for Heat 2A here in about 15 seconds.
Thank you, Tate Meyer. I'll be waiting for your clock countdown in the background. So 2A coming up. Taylor Evans had that blemish prior to the start in 1B. He would love 400 points here, but he's got some good company here with J. Michael Kelly, Jeff Bernard, and Aaron Salmon. Here at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup, we're under 10 seconds until the 5-minute gun. 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. 5-minute period has begun for the virtual Unlimited Heat 2A here at the HAPO Columbia Cup, Tri-Cities, Washington. Columbia River, we would have loved to have been there for real this weekend. Unfortunately, COVID-19 has taken its toll on just about everything this year. So hopefully we can get back to actual water action next year on the Columbia River in July 2021. Boats coming out right now. We're on board with Taylor Evans in the U99.9. Bucket list, KISW Miss Rock. Taylor had a third place finish back in Unlimited 1B. Our next participant, his teammate, Tennessee Orange. It's the U440 Bucket List Racing. Aaron Salmon is the chauffeur. Aaron was fourth in Unlimited 1A. Our third participant, the gold and black Goodman Real Estate, the U91. Jeff Bernard in the cockpit. Bernard was a winner in our heat opener, Unlimited 1A. And our final boat, an Unlimited 2A, the red and black, Graham Trucking, J. Michael Kelly in the cockpit. J. Michael was the winner of Unlimited 1B, and of course our top qualifier earlier this afternoon at 162.303 miles per hour. 3 minutes and 15 seconds until the start. Tate Meyer, this is where the games begin. Your lane is not assigned to you. We both know that Kelly, Evans, and Bernard and Aaron love lane number 1. There is only one lane number 1 out here. Who can get it?
Absolutely, Jeff. And JMK and Jeff Bernard are going to start fighting for it right now at 2:47 on the clock. They're both down here in turn 1 with 2:40 left, and here comes Taylor Evans as well. So they're all going to gun for that number 1 lane positions because, again, there's no individual setups. All of them are on the same setup on this Hydro Sim game, and inside lane is key. So they're all going to be gunning for it.
Now, it looks like Jeff went through with a little bit more. He's going to come around and loop. So he'll go down the back straightaway. So Tate, he can cut through, and he is right now. So that is a legal position on the race course to cut through the infield.
Absolutely. The only DMZ zones on the course, or safety zones on the course, are the insides of the turns. Since we don't have any patrol boats in the game, we're just going to prohibit them from doing circles in the turns, get ready for that 1-minute pins. But they can cut back chute to front chute. Once they enter the inside of the course, they need to do a full cut, and that's exactly what Jeff did.
Now you see Bernard right there. He is approaching turn number 1. Now we go to Aaron Salmon in the bucket list. Aaron coming down the front straightaway. Now there is his teammate, Taylor Evans, in the bucket list, KISW Miss Rock. He is on the
Front straightaway.
Front straightaway.
He's about to cross the start-finish line now. He's got 30
Okay,
seconds to
coming
get
across.
down there.
Boy, he is a little bit further back than I thought. Tate, you think he'll go down with a lot of power and try to leapfrog from the outside and just get to the buoy row? But that's about his only choice right now.
Right, yep. He's going to come up with a carload of boat speed, as Brad Luce liked to say, and tries to go around Jeff and J. Michael here. He's in lane 3. Aaron's in lane 4. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, clean score up. Clean score up as they go out the backstretch.
Thank you, Tate Meyer. Clean score up. You saw Bernard and Evans was there first. We're 45 seconds until the start. You see J. Michael Kelly tucked back in lane number 1 in the red and black Graham trucking. Now Bernard slows. Jeff Tate did not have enough boat length, so clean driving by Jeff Bernard. But with that, J. Michael Kelly secures the shortest way around.
He does. J. Michael Kelly secures lane 1, Jeff Bernard in lane 2, Taylor Evans in lane 3, and Aaron Salmon is going to be in lane 4. They secured those positions at the entrance of the turn. They come down for the start. 15 seconds, Jeff.
All right, race fans, hold on to your hats. We got Kelly in 1, Bernard in 2. Taylor Evans has been sensational in sim racing in 3. Salmon on the outside. We're 3, 2, 1. Mark appears to be clean. Tate will give me the word that the start was legal.
It is clean start, Jeff.
Thank you, Tate Meyer. Clean start. We're racing an unlimited 2A here at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. We got 3 of them down there side by side by side. Jeff Bernard in the middle. J. Michael Kelly on the inside. And boy, it's tight. And we come off turn number 1 and we got a triple decker. We got Kelly on the inside. Bernard in the middle. Evans on the outside. It's a thriller here in Unlimited 2A in sim racing. The H1 Unlimited Drivers Invitational Series, and did Kelly go over?
Nope,
no,
he's
he came
good.
back down. It looked like a possible game malfunction. We continue on. And Dynamite dueling up in turn number 2. Bernard, Kelly, and Evans. Sensational. The Goodman Real Estate in front. Jeff Bernard now making about 3 boat lengths. And now Kelly and Evans battling side by side for second. Bernard in lane number 2. Tate Meyer has to drive clean. Could Kelly make up ground on the inside? Covering less real estate, and he does. There is Kelly on the inside. Fabulous dueling here in the virtual Unlimited 2A at the 52nd HAPO Columbia Cup. We're halfway through it. Tate Meyer, it's anybody's race up front. It's down to Kelly and Bernard.
Absolutely. J. Michael Kelly and Jeff Bernard have been on this game routinely, night after night, trying to perfect their HydroSim craft. Taylor Evans dropped back a bit, being in lane 3. That's the detriment as they hit the apex buoy of turn number 2. They're deck to deck coming. Oh, and J. Michael Kelly goes over. So it's Jeff Bernard's race. J. Michael Kelly went over in that turn. He can reset and rejoin, but is now Jeff Bernard's race to lose.
Wow, tough break for J. Michael Kelly. And Tate, you will monitor the replays on if there were any calls up there in that incident, exiting turn number 2, coming down to complete lap number 2. But right now, Jeff Bernard clearly out in front. And the U91 Goodman Real Estate, Taylor Evans has moved into the second position in the bucket list KISW Miss Rock. In the third position, Tate, did J. Michael Kelly remain in third, or did Aaron Salmon sneak up to the third spot?
Aaron Salmon is in third. Looks like J. Michael Kelly is in fourth, and we're hearing from the H1 Limited radios there's a clean, no call, clean incident.
Thank you, Tate Meyer. So all 4 boats working their final lap. Here is your leader on the front straightaway. You see the big blue bridge in the background, checkered flag waving. Make it 2 heat wins on the day for Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate. Second place and a good run here for Taylor Evans in the 99.9. Bucket list KISW Miss Rock in second position. On board with Jeff returning to the pit dock, our third place boat, the Tennessee Orange, the 440. Bucket list racing, Aaron Salmon will cross and get 225 points. And J. Michael Kelly You saw it exiting turn number 2, working the second, had that incident, and the Graham Trucking will score 169 points in that 4th slot. Tate, you've seen a lot more of these sim races than me. That first 1 3/4 laps had to be some of the best ever.
That's a nightly occurrence here on HydroSim. We run pretty much every night, and it's like that almost every heat. These are they're getting really talented, these H1 Unlimited drivers, along with our E-League drivers at night after night. So they're showcasing their stuff here in the H1 Unlimited Virtual HAPO Columbia Cup.
Even though it's sim racing, the old hick here from Rikers Ridge is getting excited. I hope it come across clean. Jeff Bernard, you're with us. What a win in 2A. Great dueling. Congratulations.
Oh man, that was a fun heat there for a little bit. I was trying to leave him just enough room to get through there, and they said that he flattened out the corner and got in the back of the boat in the tail and spun out. But I don't know, another lap of side by side like that, it would have been probably close. Goodman Real Estate's boat running good to another heat victory. Just trying to get into the final.
Boy, great job. And you mentioned Goodman Real Estate, and I spoke to you during the virtual APBA Gold Cup race in Madison a couple of weeks ago. Your sponsor, I understand, John Goodman, he wants to win. If it's real racing or sim racing, he wants the checkered flag.
Yeah, that's what I understand too. I haven't got a chance with this COVID stuff to actually sit down and meet him, but everything I've heard from Charlie Grooms, and he's a true racer. I've seen pictures of his shop, and obviously owns the 2 vintage boats. But he loves racing, that's for sure. It sounds like. Say hi to all the Madison fans sitting there, hopefully watching, and hopefully me and Jimmy are doing the Miss Madison racing team proud right now, and Jimmy's got a second, and hopefully he'll go out and win this heat. Looks like he's going to have a pretty good shot. Jamie will be his biggest competition, so.
Well, right now you're looking good regardless of what position in the 3rd section to make the final. Boy, great win. Daughters Blakely and Rylan, they excited on that one watching with you?
They're downstairs watching it. They were, when we were qualifying, they were a little noisy. Everybody was getting going for the day, so they went downstairs, and they've been quiet. I haven't heard them, so, or they might have went outside. It's Rylan's 3rd birthday party today. Her birthday was on Tuesday, sure. So she's getting ready for everybody to come over and hang out and get this race done, and hopefully we got a couple things to celebrate with Rylan and Christabel's birthday.
Outstanding. Jeff, congratulations, and good luck in the 3rd section.
Thank you.
Jeff Bernard with us, the winner of Unlimited 2A in the Goodman Real Estate. Taylor Evans was 2nd. Aaron Salmon 3rd. And in the 4th position, J. Michael Kelly. Tate Meyer, our E-League H1 commissioner. We're about set for Unlimited 2B. How close are we?
We're about 10 seconds away from Heat 2B. About
Tate
5,
will give you the countdown.
4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
So we're inside the 5-minute period here for Unlimited 2B, the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup on the Columbia River, Tri-Cities, Washington. Boats leaving the pit dock right now. And we'll ID the participants for you when they come out on the race course. We had an exciting 2A. I expect another good one here in 2B. On board the home street blue and white, in this home street, Jimmy Shane, the driver. Shane, a 2nd place finish back in Unlimited 1B. On board the Chartreuse and Carnival Orange, Jamie Nielsen, the pilot of the U11 J&Ds. Jamie, a 2nd place back in 1A. 3rd participant, Dominant Red, the blue and white striping. Patrick Haworth out of Valleyfield, Quebec, Canada, drives the number 7 Boitano Homes. Patrick 4th in Unlimited 1B earlier today. And our final participant, the red, white, and blue, the U98 Graham Trucking American Dream, Corey Peabody in the virtual cockpit. finished third back in Unlimited 1A. Tate Meyer, Jimmy Shane has won the first 2 Driver Invitational Series races this year with H1 Unlimited at Guntersville, Alabama and Madison, Indiana. On paper, he looks good here, but a driver really improving in this series is Jamie Nielsen. You can't count out 2B in J&Ds.
Absolutely not. Jamie Nielsen has worked hard at this game, and he's put on a great show and great results for the J&D's team and Scott and Shannon Rainey. So look out for Jamie in this heat. And I got to give it up to Patrick Haworth. He bought a wheel this weekend. He's been practicing since last night, and he's doing a great job here so far in the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup.
Well, Patrick's record as a real inboard pilot speaks for itself. And Tate, you know and I know, a little bit more practice. This boat we see here on the screen right now. Patrick Haworth is a competitor. He's kind of getting his sea legs, so to say, in sim racing, but down the road, he'll be tough.
Absolutely, he will be. He adapts to pretty much every boat he gets in. Was in this boat in Guntersville for the first time last year and qualified as a driver actually in Tri-Cities last year at the 2019 HAPO Columbia Cup. So disappointed he doesn't get to bring out the U10 this year, but he's racing for Dave Bartis in the E-League and the U7.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark here for Unlimited 2B at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. 2-minute period is come and gone. There is the red, white, and blue. Graham Trucking, American Dream, the second virtual entry for Rob Graham this weekend. In Tri-Cities, Corey Peabody in the cockpit. 1:45 until the start, Tate. And like real racing and sim racing, lane 1 critical, and look who's right down there.
Jamie Nielsen's
the shortest way around.
Jamie Nielsen's right in position. Here comes Jimmy Shane behind him, trying to scrub speed, going out into lane 2. Again, they'll start to pick up their rooster tails if they're at the entrance pin, about 20, 21 seconds. Here goes Jimmy, and I assume Jamie will pick up his rooster tail right here.
Tate, go ahead and bring him to the 1-minute pin. You've got the countdown.
10 seconds. We got Jamie in 1 and Jimmy in 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. It is a clean score up as they go at the backstretch, Jeff.
So Jamie Nielsen right now looks to be lane number 1. Jimmy countering back, but the boat lengths are not there to cut over. So right now, Jamie Nielsen in prime position to get lane number 1 in the J&Ds, the Chartreuse and Carnival Orange. Jimmy Shane will go into the 2 lane. You see him kind of seesawing there back and forth, scrubbing off a little bit of speed, going down off plane right now, which is a legal maneuver here prior to the start. 25 seconds away. Corey Peabody, Patrick Haworth trailing back. So Nielsen's in 1, Shane in 2. Haworth will go into the 3 lane, and Peabody on the outside. Patrick might be a little bit early.
10 seconds, he might be early.
10 seconds away.
We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. We'll check if they're early, Jeff.
Thank you, Tate Meyer. He'll check with the officials. We're racing here in the virtual 2B in Tri-Cities. As we work into turn number 1, Jamie Nielsen on the inside, your leader in the J&Ds. Corey Peabody had a great charge on the outside in the Graham Trucking American Dream, but Tate Meyer off turn number 1. Nielsen comfortably in front. Was the start good?
Start was good. Start was good. Jamie Nielsen is your leader, heading up the backstretch by a full rooster tail over Jimmy Shane.
Picking them up and putting them down. Jamie Nielsen taking no prisoners here in Unlimited 2B. Scorching the field so far in the U11 J&Ds. Great corner up in turn number 2 as he continues to widen the gap here in 2B. Walks it side to side. You see it. A good tail and a half ahead of Jimmy Shane in second. 1 complete, 2 to go. Jamie Nielsen comfortably out in front in the Chartreuse and Carnival Orange U11. In the second position, Jimmy Shane, we go on board with Jamie Nielsen. Working through turn number 1, goes across the wake there, handles it nicely. Off the exit pin, Tate Meyer, Jamie Nielsen blistering this virtual Columbia River racecourse. We're halfway through it. He needs to keep it together to get 400.
Absolutely. When you're out in front on this game, the wakes become very, very treacherous. You got to make sure you have your wing down enough to not blow over, but wing up enough to increase your speed so the guy behind you doesn't catch you. As they're entering turn 2 here, Jamie still has that rooster tail lead as they hit the exit pin.
Jamie Nielsen off turn number 2. Jamie had our tribute lap before today's action in memory of the late Scott Pierce. Took out Jeff presents Mr. Pringles as a tribute, and he'd love nothing more than to win the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup later today for his owner and GPA hydroplane racing in the Grand Prix division, Scott Pierce. And Jamie flew the boat there, had to slow momentarily, and now we go on board with Jimmy Shane, and Jimmy is making up ground in the second position. The top 2 working their final lap. Tate, Jamie hit that hole, and Shane has made up some ground, but time is running out.
Time is running out, but Jamie is handling it well up the backstretch. Again, he's got to contend with these white marks, these rollers. They really throw a wrench in your plans, and Jimmy has one more turn to try to catch up to Jamie as they enter turn number 2.
Final turn, final lap for our top 2 here in Unlimited 2B. We're on board with Jimmy Shane in second. Now we go to the wide angle lens off turn number 2. Jamie Nielsen, lane number 1, led wire to wire. Your winner of Unlimited 2B, Jamie Nielsen in the J&D. Second place will go to Jimmy Shane in the Miss Home Street. We go back into the third position, and getting third place off turn number 2, coming to the start-finish line, will be Patrick Haworth in the Boitano Homes. Haworth will score 225 points in the third position.
It looks like we had a DNF from Corey Peabody, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you, Tate. So an unfortunate DNF for Corey Peabody in the Graham Trucking American Dream. And Tate, we mentioned it prior to the start that Jamie had been improving with the sim racing, and he looked professional there. He's got it nailed down.
Absolutely. Nailed the start. Got lane 1. Was a textbook defense of the leapfrog maneuver that Jimmy Shane tried to pull off before the start, and hold off Jimmy Shane for an entire 3 laps.
Nice run by Jamie Nielsen. We'll wait for him to join us here. We'll speak to him on his victory here in Unlimited 2B. Tate, I still see the red, white, and blue on the track. Did not finish? Is that still recorded? Does that still stand?
Yes, that still stands.
Okay.
He'll finish and he'll DNF. So as you get Jamie Nielsen here into the announcer's booth, he currently sits second at 780 points, right behind Jeff Bernard, who is locked into the final at 860 points.
And Tate, by my tally here, my screen's a little bit distorted. Jimmy Shane was 650 right now. He'd be in the third spot, correct?
Looks like he's fourth behind J. Michael Kelly at 669, but yeah, he's right in there.
You're correct. I'm sorry. With us, your winner of Unlimited 2B and the J&Ds, Jamie Nielsen. Fabulous drive. Lane 1, nailed the start. Fast lane. Good job.
Let's see if we can get Jamie. Jamie, you there? Might be having some technical difficulties with Jamie's mic. We'll get him in here. But yeah, strong run from Jamie. He's got a third and a first with a second place qualifying effort. So he's looking really good coming into the third set of heats here for the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup.
Tate, we'll try him one more time. Jamie Nielsen, are you with us?
We'll get Jamie to hop back on here later to talk about his Heat 2B victory, but I'm sure he would want to thank his sponsor, J&D, Scott and Shannon Rainey, his sponsor, Wes Ward, J&D's, and they'll look to be a strong contender here in the third flight.
Thank you very much, Tate Meyer. We'll try to get a word with Jamie later on today in our broadcast. And speaking of our broadcast, it wouldn't be possible today without the fine folks, our sponsors. We'd like to thank Staples of Spokane, Spokane Angels Foster Care Community. You can learn more about their mission at SpokaneAngels.org. Atomic Screen Printing, they've been around for years and years. Many t-shirts printed over the years with unlimited hydroplanes coming from Atomic Screen Printing. The American Powerboat Association, thank you for your sponsorship this weekend. And also, too, a couple of sponsors out of Snohomish, Washington. We'd like to thank Jesse Stitches and Woodshed Embroidery, our sponsors for today's virtual HAPO Columbia Cup in Tri-Cities, Washington. And Tate, all those sponsors, kudos goes out to all of them.
Absolutely. We would not be able to do any of this and bring you racing of the virtual sort without them. So we really appreciate all of our sponsors for the Driver Invitational. We want to thank Tri-City Water Follies and HAPO for allowing us to put on the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup, and we hope you're all enjoying it.
Up next, we'll have Unlimited's Heat 3A and 3B. The draw will be provided by a gentleman that has a big influence in unlimited hydroplane racing, not only the big boats, but all the way down to the small boats. We bring in for the draw David Williams from the Hydroplane and Raceboat Museum out of Kent, Washington.
Hi, this is David Williams from the Hydroplane and Raceboat Museum, and we're seeing some great racing today in the H1 Drivers Invitational HAPO Columbia Cup. Columbia Cup, I guess I should say Columbia Cup, coming to you from the digital Columbia River in virtual Tri-Cities, Washington. I'll be doing the draw for Heat 3A. We're actually drawing from Chip Hanauer's 1988 Miller American helmet that he wore when he won the Gold Cup. So boat number one, well, the first boat in Heat 3A is U10. Second boat in Heat 3A is a U99.9. Third boat, the U91. The fourth boat coming up is the U12. And the fifth and final boat for Heat 3A is going to be the 440. Now, for 3B, we have the U98, the U7, the U11, and last will be the U1. Thanks, have some great racing.
Thank you very much, David Williams from the Hydroplane and Raceboat Museum out of Kent, Washington, using the driver's helmet of Chip Hanauer, the Miller High Life Days, to draw Heats 3A and 3B. And Tate Meyer, Chip's helmet is magic. They're the same as 2A and 2B. Heat 3A will feature Aaron Salmon in the Bucket List Racing, J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking, Taylor Evans in the Bucket List, KISW Miss Rock, and Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate. I know you know 3B.
3B, we got the same lineup. We got Jimmy Shane and Jamie Nielsen renewing their heat from 2B. That should be a good one to watch, along with Patrick Haworth and the U7 Boitano Holmes. And Corey Peabody looks to improve his position in the U98 Graham Trucking American Dream. And we've got Jamie Nielsen now in the announcer's booth. He's fixed his technical difficulties. Jamie, great run in Heat 2B.
Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Jamie, great job. I know you've been practicing a lot with this sim racing, and it showed in a 2B. I'm actually at one of your crew members' homes, Travis Johnson with the J&Ds, and he told me before today's broadcast that you're improving, and it showed. What have you done that's made the difference to do better in the sim racing?
You know, I think I've just put in some time, and I've listened to some great teachers that I've had. So Travis Johnson being one, and also my spotter Ben Dow. Those guys have sacrificed a lot of their own time to kind of help coach me and help me learn this game. So it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, as everyone knows, it's been a bit of a tough week. Losing Scott Pierce this week, but this hydro sim game, it's been a little bit of a blessing being able to get my mind off things and kind of focus on something different for a while. So put in some time, and it's what it takes, just like anything else. Just put in the time and slowly get better and better. I think we're seeing that.
And speaking of Scott, we had the tribute lap earlier today. You took out the virtual U8 GIF presents Mr. Pringles, and Jamie, in today's social media with Facebook, Twitter, all the avenues, all the hydroplane fans across the world, you can see the effect it's had on everybody in Scott's loss. It is a tremendous loss.
Definitely, and getting to spin the virtual U8 Mr. Pringles around the course was a huge honor. Scott was, not only an owner of mine that I got to drive for, but a mentor and also a really close friend. So big loss for everyone, but he's one and keep pushing forward.
He sure would. Jamie, thank you so much. Take you a little break, get a drink of water because you'll be in 3B. Up next will be 3A. Good luck the rest of the day.
Hey, thanks a lot. Hopefully we can keep that J&D's boat out front the rest of the day. So looking forward to it.
Thank you, Jamie. And Tate Meyer will let us know when we're coming up for the clock countdown for 3A. And Tate, Jamie's second fastest qualifier here at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. That's Chartreuse and Carnival Orange. They're a player come final heat time.
Yes, they are indeed. He's been working out with Ben Dowell and Travis Johnson trying to perfect his craft here on Hydro Sim, and it's paying off. Looks like we're about 5 seconds out from the 5-minute gun. 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. 5 minutes for Heat 3A.
Thank you, Tate Meyer. Boats coming out on the race course here at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup, Tri-Cities, Washington. This is race number 3 of the H1 Unlimited Drivers Invitational Series. Jimmy Shane won the season opener at Guntersville, Alabama, then won the virtual APBA Gold Cup a couple of weekends ago on the Ohio River race course, the virtual track here in Madison, Indiana. Here is your lineup for Unlimited 3A. Coming in here with 860 points right now, top of the ladder, Jeff Bernard in the gold and black Goodman Real Estate. Next boat, currently third in points with 669. J. Michael Kelly driving the red and black U12 Graham Trucking. Third entrant here in Unlimited 3A. Right now with 595 points in the fifth position is Taylor Evans at 99.9. Bucket List KISW, Miss Rock. And our fourth participant is teammate in the Tennessee Orange, Aaron Salmon in the U440 Bucket List Racing. Aaron right now comes in here with 434 points, and Tate Meyer, by my tally, he is the 6th boat in points, so he needs to score well here to be part of the top 6 to be on the front row of the final.
He does indeed needs to score well, but it's going to be hard to get inside of Jeff Bernard, J. Michael Kelly, and Taylor Evans as they were last time in Heat 2A. Jeff Bernard was in 2, J. Michael Kelly was in 1, but unfortunately went into Jeff's rooster tail, and Taylor Evans was just outside there in 3. So they're coming down again to the 1-minute pin at 3 minutes. They both want that inside lane very badly because it does pay big dividends.
The game's already beginning at the 2-minute 45-second mark. In the start procedure, Jeff Bernard in the black and gold Goodman Real Estate. Now we see Taylor Evans in the Bucket List KISW Miss Rock. And Taylor Evans has done phenomenal in this sim racing. He has been the crew chief for a number of years on the Reel bucket list racing. And look at that move he made right there. He wants lane 1. He wants it right now.
He does want lane 1 really bad, but what's going to happen to him is Jeff Bernard and J. Michael Kelly are going to bring some boat speed on the outside, and he's got to put enough throttle down to fend him off up the backstretch if he wants to hold lane 1. Now you see J. Michael going inside of Jeff Bernard for lane 1. So this is going to be interesting as they come down to the 1 minute pin and up the backstretch.
And Tate, you mentioned earlier Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate. He is locked into the top 6. He is locked into the final heat. Jeff is a competitor. Do you think he'll lay back a little bit, or do you think he'll be typical Jeff and just want to go out and win again?
He is locked into the final, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes toe-to-toe with J. Michael and Taylor Evans. He loves this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if he let it loose here in 3B or 3A.
Nice aerial shot above. We're at the 120 mark.
Here they are picking up their tails.
Yeah, bring them to the 1 minute pin.
Got about 12 seconds. 10 seconds now as they hit the apex buoy. They look a little bit early. They're going to have to back off the throttle a little bit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. It looks like a clean score up, Jeff.
Thank you, Tate Meyer. Clean score up at the 1 minute pin. Now you have to have your lane established prior to the entrance pin. That yellow buoy at turn number 2, and Jeff Bernard up there quickly. Tate, he's got the boat lengths. Will he creep over, or will he remain clean out? And nope, there he comes.
There he goes. And it looks like Taylor Evans is going to have to go all the way outside to lane 3. So Jeff Bernard's going to have 1, J. Michael Kelly in 2, and Taylor Evans in lane 3. Aaron Salmon brings up the field in lane number 4.
25 seconds until the start. Bernard is locked into the final, but he's looking for strategy. He's looking for one more practice session to hit a start, be in lane number 1, see if he can duplicate that in the final here later today. Bernard in 1, Kelly in 2, Evans in 3, Salmon on the outside were 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark appears to be clean. We're racing in unlimited 3A.
Clean start here, Jeff. We have 4 wide coming down to turn number 1. Looks like J. Michael Kelly's going to get down here first with Jeff Bernard as inside as we go to the aerial. He's leaving enough room for Jeff Bernard on the inside, but not very much as Taylor Evans challenges on the outside. They hit the exit pin, deck to deck. Jeff Bernard and J. Michael Kelly heading up the backstretch.
Clean start for Tate Meyer. J. Michael Kelly in front. The Graham trucking in lane number 2. He's got company on the inside. Jeff Bernard in second. Taylor Evans in the mix. On the outside in the black and Tennessee orange. Bucket list KISW Miss Rock. The top 3 in turn number 2. We go above. In turn number 2 on the Columbia River, and Bernard tighten it up on the inside. They're side by side off turn number 2. Bernard stuck his nose out in front momentarily. Kelly countering back. Tate Meyer, they're deck to deck after lap number 1.
Just like you said, Jeff Bernard's not going to give up here in Heat 3A. He knows he's locked into the final, but he wants to put this hot heat down and get a win over J. Michael Kelly as they hit the entrance pin. They're deck to deck with J. Michael. Taylor Evans about a half a rooster tail back. Looks like JMK scored a skipped out, but they hit the exit pin. It's Jeff Bernard.
These 3 drivers hooked up earlier today, and they're at it again. We're halfway through Unlimited 3A at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. Now Jeff Bernard extends it out. Make it 5 boat lengths over J. Michael Kelly in second. Taylor Evans back a little bit more in third in the bucket list KISW Miss Rock. Up above in turn number 2, there's Bernard, there's Kelly and Evans, and now Tate Meyer. Everybody's strung out here a little bit. Yeah, I'll expect to see these drivers try to hold these positions. Hope they get enough points to go to the final. We do know Bernard is locked in. 2 complete, 1 to go. Now he extends it out by 7 boat lengths.
He is extending it out as they hit the entrance pin to turn number 1 again, about a rooster tail lead. He knows he's locked in. JMK looks like he's going to be locked in with the second place finish here, and Taylor Evans is looking for a third and also looking to get locked into the final as Jeff Bernard takes his rooster tail lead up the backstretch.
1/2 a lap to go here in Unlimited 3A. We've heard from Jeff Bernard twice today. He has been practicing at this sim racing, and it's showing here at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup, comfortably out in front. Final turn, final lap for Jeff Bernard in the gold and black with the double G effect on the cowling for the Goodman Real Estate. We go on board with Bernard. Look to the left, we'll see the checkered flag buoy. There it is, and there's your winner of Unlimited 3A, Jeff Bernard in Goodman Real Estate. Second place will go to J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking. J. Michael will transfer the final. Taylor Evans will cross in third in the Bucket List KISW Miss Rock. And in the fourth position, Tate Meyer will be Aaron Salmon in the 440 Bucket List Racing. So no doubt, Bernard, Kelly, and Evans will transfer the final. Salmon will have to see how things shake out in 3B, Tate, because Aaron could kind of be on the fence to crack the top six.
It looks like Aaron Salmon's in the bubble to make the final. If Patrick Hayworth finishes third or better in this next heat, I've been told by our statistician Nick Kish, he will make the final. So big final heat implications for Heat 3B coming up.
Thank you very much, Nick Kish, with your great work. So once again, Tate, Patrick Hayworth with a third place in 3B. He would be the sixth boat and make the front row of the final.
Absolutely, he will. Looks like Jeff Bernard's got 1,260 points. Second place would be J. Michael Kelly. He is now officially locked into the final at 669 points. Taylor Evans is locked into the final. Bucket List Miss Rock with 820 and Jamie Nielsen 780. So the top four looks like are locked into the final as we head to Heat 3B.
Thank you very much, Tate Meyer, joining us for the third time today from Kent, Washington, the winner of Unlimited 3A, Jeff Bernard. Jeff, congratulations. You didn't take it easy. You put it to the wood. You won again.
Well, we're trying to figure out different strategies. Obviously, fighting for lanes and going in the finals is going to be different. So tried to hang back there, see what those guys would do, and tried to suck them up there early and then go for the leapfrog. I think we were borderline. There's about as much as I want to push it to. I almost didn't have the overlap on Mike on the backstretch, but been making good starts today, which is good because in our practicing, I was struggling on starts on this race course and getting a good timing mark. But it's been a great day so far for the Goodman Real Estates. That puts us number one in the national high points too, by 4 points over Taylor that I just saw. So excited about that. Miss Madison Racing's got us in first and Jimmy in third, not too far behind. He has a good heat here. He could probably jump up to second or maybe even jump me into first. So have two Miss Madison boats, 1-2 in the point standings would be cool. But I want to win the final after Madison finishing second was not the best for me. I wanted to definitely win in Madison. So hopefully redeem myself here.
Great driver fraternity, Jeff, we have in H1 Unlimited. All the drivers do a phenomenal job, and it's kind of a different era in racing with the internet, Facebook, Twitter. Everybody's kind of friends, but you still want to beat them, and you kind of know their strategy. What are you looking at going into the final? How many different game plans do you have, like trying to get lane number one? Is there an A plan? Is there a B plan? Is there a C plan? How do you go about it?
Yeah, I got a bunch of different plans. This starting procedure that we're running here on this is more of what I'm used to and I would say probably pretty good at. I wish we ran the starting procedure in the Unlimiteds, to be honest with you, but these guys are all good. We all, Jamie, J. Michael, and Jimmy, and Aaron all run the starting procedure here in Region 10 when we're racing. So we all race together, and so we kind of know. But Taylor Evans, he's extremely fast on this game, so he's kind of one that he doesn't race, inboards with us. So I really don't know what his plan is all the time, but I'd say lane 1 or 2 in the final would be a good spot for me if you can beat him into the first turn. you can make it really hard for the guy in lane 1, like Jimmy did to me in Madison on the game. But even in Tri-Cities, that works out too. You can win from lane 2. I think the E-League race was won by Eddie from lane 2. So try to one of those 2 lanes and make a clean start. Do the best we could for the Goodman Real Estates. But this game is so crazy similar and so crazy not similar to the actual boat. You don't get the feeling and stuff, but it's hard. It's a lot of driver in this game. And I wasn't in Gunnersville, and neither was Mike, but I watched it. And then from Gunnersville to Madison to here now, this is how much everybody in the drivers league has put into this game. The times are 162. That's what the E-League guys were running. So everybody is taking this serious. I hope everybody's enjoying watching it because we're enjoying doing it.
Well, one last question for you before you go to the final, and having fun with you, and I'm a friend of the family, no doubt. When do we have the Weber Thanksgiving E-Racing Invitational to get Mike Weber, Mark Weber, and Steve Weber in here, your uncles, to join you for a turkey shootout?
I haven't heard anything from my Uncle Mike about getting this thing, but my Uncle Steve is very interested in getting a setup, and I'm going there the weekend of what the Detroit race would have been. So we'll see if he's bought anything where we can set it up while I'm there in town. I'll be staying at his house. And then my Uncle Mark is actually, him and Kelsey Best are trying to put together 2 separate things, but they might work together, where they'll bring, like at Detroit at the race, there'll be a setup where fans can come do the experience in this E-League. So they'll have 3 or 4 computers and give the fans something to do. And that's one of the things that my Uncle Mark was trying to do for Detroit, and Kelsey was trying to do that. So I got them 2 together, and they're trying to put together a deal. So maybe at all the races next year, the fans can come and try this out. It is crazy similar to what we are experiencing, only you don't get the feel of the boat and all that stuff. You run the wing a little bit different to get speed and stuff compared to what you do in a real boat, but there's a lot of realistic characteristics to the game, and it'll be neat if they can pull it together and the fans can come out and enjoy something while at the races.
That's a great idea. Uncle Mark always looking for promotion to promote the sport, and that would be a fabulous idea to incorporate this at the race sites around the circuit, not only with unlimited and inboard. Young man, always great visiting with you. Take a break. Good luck in the final.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Coming up, Tate Meyer will have unlimited Heat 3B, and you'll do the honors for the clock countdown to the 5-minute period.
All right, coming down on 5 seconds to the 5-minute period for Heat 3B. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. 5 minutes for Heat 3B, the last chance to get into the final, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Tate Meyer. All 4 boats, of course, in the drink, leaving the Neil F. Lampson pit area with the virtual Lampson cranes in the background. And Tate Meyer, you're a native of Tri-Cities, Washington, and when you hear the last name Lampson, that's a very important part of hydroplane racing in the Tri-Cities.
Absolutely. We wouldn't be able to pull the Columbia Cup off without Lampson. They've been doing it for all 54 years, and next year they'll look to make it 55.
Here are our participants for Unlimited 3B. We're on board with Jamie Nielsen and the Chartreuse and Carnival Orange J&Ds. He comes in here with 780 points, needs a good finish to make the final heat on the front row. Next boat, the Home Street Blue and White. Jimmy Shane, the chauffeur, comes in here with 650 points, would like a good finish, crack that top 6 to go racing in the final heat. The red, white, and blue U98 Graham Trucking American Dream on the bottom in points. They need some luck. They need some work. It's going to be tough to make the final. They need 400. They need some help. Here's the boat to watch. The dominant red, the blue and white striping. It's the Volcano Homes, the U7. Patrick Haworth in the seat. If this craft finishes third, an unlimited 3B. They'll be the 6th boat to make the front row of the final. If they do, that would make Aaron Salmon the possible trailer for the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup final heat. But Tate Meyer, we don't run them on paper. We run them on the water, even though it's virtual.
Absolutely. You gotta to finish first you must finish. That holds true in all of racing, and they'll look to finish first here. Absolutely. Jamie Nielsen's gonna start parking here at 2:45 at the entrance pin.
Boy, I was impressed with his win back in Unlimited 2B, Jamie Nielsen. Tate, you do some sim racing. That left foot pedal on that front canard wing is real sensitive for the speed and performance of these sim boats. Am I correct?
Very sensitive. You modulate the canard with the left foot, depending how you set up your pedals, but the canard influences the attitude of the boat. You can really fly it or really stick it to the water. You got to find that good balance to be fast, but also keep it on the water.
And basically, the right foot, the throttle, it's pretty well much to the floorboard.
Pretty much to the floorboard. There are some instances if you go into a tight lane in a turn where you would back off a little bit, but you got to keep the RPMs up in this game, especially when you're coming to the start. If you let up off the gas enough, you're going to have a long time to spool that turbine back up and try to get to full speed and try to hit the start on time.
Coming up on the 1 minute, 45-second mark, we see Corey Peabody. Love that paint scheme on the red, white, and blue. Graham Trucking, American Dream. And Tate, one of our sim racers, Matt Johnson, I believe, came up with that design for the Graham Trucking, if I'm correct.
Yes, he designed the U12 and helped him with the 90s American Dream scheme for the second Rob Graham boat. As Jimmy Shane starts to pick it up, Jamie Nielsen starts to pick it up. They're 10 seconds away from the 1 minute pin. You see Corey Peabody and Patrick Haworth bringing up the field. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, super clean store up, but Jamie Nielsen's going to have to fend off Jimmy Shane from the leapfrog up the backstretch.
I liked how you described that one. Super clean score up. Everyone well behind that 1 minute pin. Right now, I expect no shenanigans between Jamie Nielsen on the inside, Jimmy Shane to the outside, as they work up into turn number 2. Tate, you will keep an eye during the race to the back of the pack on Patrick Haworth. We mentioned during the score up, if he finishes third in this heat, he'll make the front row of the final heat. He
Absolutely.
would be the 6th boat in points.
And it looks like Patrick's going to get a flying start. If he keeps his pedal to the floorboard here, he might be really good for a flying start as the field comes to the start with 10 seconds.
Boy, Haworth, is he trying to pull off a Muncie 77 Gold Cup start? Where is he at? We're coming to the line. 2, 1, mark. We're racing. It appears to be a legal start here in the virtual 3B on the Columbia River.
It is a good start as Jimmy Shane leads the field coming down to turn number 1. He's got about a half to rooster tail lead over Jamie Nielsen as they hit the turn. He's leaving enough room for Nielsen on the inside, but Nielsen did hit a buoy and he slides out into Jimmy Shane's rooster tail and he's gone over. Jamie Nielsen has gone over. He can reset and continue, but he did also hit a buoy, Jeff, so he is down 1 lap. That bodes well for Patrick Haworth to get into the final.
And Tate, that will be critical. Now, Jamie can reset. Now, he'll be back into position where he's at on the course, correct? Physically?
Absolutely, yes. He's right neck to deck with Patrick Haworth, but again, he is a lap down.
Here's what we need to watch, fans watching at home. This battle for third. Nielsen is locked into the final, but Patrick Haworth in that 4th position. He would love to creep in front of Jamie Nielsen to make the final heat up on the front row. Lap 1 complete, 2 to go. Jimmy Shane comfortably in front in the home street. Corey Peabody in 2nd position in the number 98 Graham Trucking American Dream. And Tate, we mentioned prior to this one, he needed some help and luck. We might have to do some extra figuring, and he's actually running in 2nd. Now here comes Nielsen up, battling Peabody, and now Nielsen will move into the 2nd position. We're halfway through it, and right now, Tate Haworth's bid to make the final on the front row is going away.
It is indeed going away, Jeff. But again, Jamie Nielsen is a lap down, and we just heard over the official radio that Haworth hit a buoy as well, so he is a lap down. So it looks like Corey Peabody is in second place. Jamie Nielsen can steal that position, that third position, away from Patrick Haworth if he keeps in front of him here, because they are on the same lap.
So Jimmy Shane comfortably in front in the home street. He has accepted the white flag, 2 1/2 miles to go to victory for Jimmy Shane in this home street. Jamie Nielsen recovered after that activity off turn number 1 on lap number 1. He is in the second position in the J&Ds. Corey Peabody in the third position in the Graham Trucking American Dream. And Patrick Haworth in the fourth slot in Boitano Homes. So Tate Meyer, everybody on their final lap. Shane looking to get the 400, put it on the trailer, go to the final.
Absolutely. Jimmy's just cruising around turn number 2. It looks like Jamie Nielsen did go over again, so Patrick Haworth may have the opportunity to pass him here and sneak into the final as Jimmy Shane comes to capture the checkered flag.
Thank you, Tate. Great job with that, as Nielsen has went over again in the J&Ds. And Tate, we see him there running.
Yep, he reset and he went in front of Patrick Haworth, so he will. Oh, he went inside a buoy again. So it looks like Haworth is going to take second place, or Corey Peabody is going to take second place. Haworth is going to take third place, and Jamie Nielsen will come up in fourth place with 169 points.
Wow, that was wild and wacky. So Tate, right now, Haworth would transfer to be that sixth boat on the front row of the final.
Absolutely. Patrick Haworth is into the final. Just come over the radio from our statistician, Nick Kish. He is into the final as Jamie completes his last lap of competition.
So Jimmy Shane gets his first heat win of the afternoon here at the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup in the Miss Home Street. Corey Peabody finishes in the second position. Patrick Haworth in the third slot in Boitano Homes. And Jamie Nielsen will get the fourth spot. But Tate, as you mentioned, he will be comfortably locked into that top 6. He'll be on the front row for the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup final heat.
Absolutely. They're going to bring the votes back and get reset for the final. It looks like we have Jeff Bernard, Jimmy Shane, J. Michael Kelly, Jamie Nielsen, and Taylor Evans locked into the final. And we'll calculate the sixth vote here with our officials.
Thank you very much, Tate Meyer. Today's broadcast of the H1 Unlimited Drivers Invitational Series is brought to you by, for all your office supply needs, see Staples of Spokane. Spokane Angels Foster Care Community. Check them out on the World Wide Web at www.spokaneangels.org. Also, Atomic Screen Printing, providers of t-shirts, embroidery shirts, many years involved in the sport, Atomic Screen Printing. The APBA, Jesse Stitches, and Woodshed Embroidery are sponsors for today's virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. With us is the winner of Unlimited 3B, representing Home Street Bank. They're publicly traded on NASDAQ, the ticker symbol HMST. With us, Jimmy Shane, the winner. Congratulations, young man.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. That was a great run there in Heat 3B.
So you're looking to go into this final heat. You're undefeated in the Driver Invitational Series. Winner at Guntersville and Madison. This is a tough field. No pressure, right?
No, there's never any pressure in racing. I think that, it's going to be, there might be a target there on my back heading into the final heat, because I'm sure that the other guys want to have a chance at winning the final, and the field is stacked this weekend. There's so many fast boats, and everybody's, I think really what to watch for coming up in this final heat is watch run that 1 minute buoy. that's gonna be the most entertaining part of the race. I feel coming up for this final heat. There's a lot of people gunning, so let's see what happens.
You're relatively new to this. I understand this sim racing, but knowing you the many years that I have, I'm not surprised you're taking to it like a duck on the water. You make it look easy.
I think I'm definitely just competitive at heart. No matter what, no matter what I'm doing, I always want to try to do my best. And it's been great working with the E-Race, the normal E-Race League guys. Kelsey Best, my good buddy, helped me set up my whole computer and build it. It's the first time I've ever had to build a computer. So new challenge, getting all prepped and ready for these Hydro Sim races. Just want to thank Home Street, thank Miss Madison Racing,
Sure.
obviously Atomic Screen Printing and Jesse Stitches and Staples, and especially one guy to really give a shout out to, Scott Przybylski. I mean, he is the one that is the patriarch of this whole sim, the whole Hydro Sim, and we really owe a debt of gratitude to what we've been able to do this off season because of what Scott had in place.
It's been a lot of fun, very competitive. You mentioned prior to the start, it's going to be interesting, the leapfrog move. Tell you, when I got sold on you, I was fortunate enough to do many Thunder on the Narrows over at Kent Island, Maryland, and you and your sister, Kelly Shane, driving the Beverly Ann for Sid Johnson. I saw you go up in that turn number 2 to the outside, and you swung her across in front of everybody and went to the pins, and I said, that's the one to watch down the road, and you've been the one.
Oh, it's been great. Growing up in a boat racing family, and I gotta do a really special shout out to my dad, Stuart Shane. Today's his birthday, and just wanna give my dad a big shout out. He's my Iron Man. He's in more ways than one, and I really just love him so much, and so fortunate to grow up with my mom and my dad and the family and my sister. What we were doing, traveling across the country racing boats. So happy birthday to Pops, and the boys love you here, and we miss you.
One last question before you go to the final. You promote boat racing. Did you ever feel you'd be in a position like this? And where does this game take youngsters to get involved in the sport? Say like your sons, Holton and Hudson, and your nieces and Habit Grace, Sydney and Quinn. It is an avenue for kids to get in the game.
This is amazing. I mean, this is a whole new door that just opened up for probably the most inexpensive way to get into boat racing and learn the skills and the traits that it takes to really be a boat racer. What to do on the race course, what the flags mean. It's a great way of just getting people involved and getting them exposed to our boat racing. And I can't wait to see where it takes off. I hope we get to get some of these sims out at the races and get the kids even more involved. And we should see them start popping up here a lot more with the ease of access.
This is going to be tough. Can you win from lane 2 or 3 in this one coming up?
I don't know. I think I'm going to stick to my strategy of trying to stay clean and not getting any penalties, and try to still be the aggressive Jimmy that I am in the cockpit when the time comes, and we'll see what happens.
Congratulations on the 3B win. Folks in Madison are watching. Good luck in the final.
Thanks so much. Say hi to everybody back in Madison. We love you guys. We miss you.
Jimmy Shane with us, our winner of Unlimited 3B. Tate Meyer, you're our commissioner. You have stepped in, filling in the color role here today. Who we got on this front row of the final coming up before we go to the warm-up period?
Well, the U1 Miss Home Street, with who we just talked to, Jimmy Shane. He's locked in. He'll be in the final. U11 Miss J&D's, Jamie Nielsen. He believe he's been in all 3 finals for the Driver Invitational Series. U12 Graham Trucking, J. Michael Kelly. Then we go down to the U91 Goodman Real Estate, Jeff Bernard. Jeff Bernard has won all of his heats today. He does have the fastest competition lap at a 157.594, which in race water on this game is very, very impressive. And then we got the 2 bucket list racing boats, the U99.9 bucket list Smith's Rock with the U99 crew chief Taylor Evans at the wheel. And then we have the U440 bucket list racing with Aaron Salmon. This should be a barn burner of a final heat, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Tate. I'm looking forward to it. You'll bring us to the clock countdown. We're going to go right to the final heat. It's been a great day of racing, and let's get this thing rolling.
All right, we're 10 seconds away. We've changed the time on the HydroSim game to 4 o'clock, as it would be for the Tri-Cities Columbia Cup final heat. We're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. 5 minutes. Jeff, I believe you like to say something around this time during a boat race weekend. What should they do?
Boats are in the water. Crank them up.
As they come away from the dock in the late afternoon sun, Brad Luce, who couldn't be with us today, he enjoys that sight every year at the actual HAPO Columbia Cup. As the boats come away for the final, Jeff.
All 7 of them leaving the dock will go on board, ID the participants for the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup here in Tri-Cities, Washington. And
Jimmy Shane has gone over.
Can he reset?
He can reset. He can't keep going, but he's going to be behind the field when it comes to grabbing lane 1.
We got a collision. That was one of the bucket list boats?
That was one of the bucket list boats, absolutely.
Now, can you reset twice?
Yes, they have unlimited resets in the Driver Invitational Series, so he is good.
Okay, there's Jimmy Shane out of Maple Valley, Washington, and the Miss Home Street. His sons, Colton and Hudson, are saying, "What are you doing, Daddy?" But good luck. Next up, Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate, the U91. Rooting interest at home for him is his daughters, Blakely and Ryland. We go on board with Jamie Nielsen in the Chartreuse and Carnival Orange J&Ds. Jamie Nielsen out of Gig Harbor, Washington. Daughter Claire and a newborn on the way. Her name will be Crue, Krue. On board with J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking. The black and white are top qualifier. J. Michael out of Bonnie Lake, Washington. He's got a rooting interest. His children, Brennan, Carson, and Lil Asher. On board with Taylor Evans, the regular crew chief in years past for the Bucket List Racing. He drives the 99.9. Bucket List KISW Miss Rock is virtual owners, Sharon and Kelly Stockland, watching in the Pacific Northwest. Tennessee Orange again. Sharon and Kelly Stockland, the virtual owners. Aaron Salmon in the cockpit, the 440 Bucket List Racing.
2:25, Jeff, to the start of our final heat. We already got people lining up to get lane 1 here at turn number 1. Jimmy Shane's going to go by Jamie Nielsen and J. Michael Kelly. Looks like Jeff Bernard and Taylor Evans are going to go around to take another crack at it. We're at 2:10.
This is going to be real interesting, Tate. There's Jamie Nielsen already down on power. You saw J. Michael Kelly down on power. Not surprised at that. And Tate, the first 2 races in this Driver Invitational Series for the H1 pilots with E-Racing, Jimmy Shane, you see right there to the left, past that straightaway buoy, he has remained cautious in these finals. But do you think he needs to pick it up here to be more in the mix and not rely on the other drivers making mistakes?
It looks like that opportunity to develop an alternate strategy might be gone. It looks like Jamie Nielsen's going to have 1, at least to the 1-minute pin. J. Michael Kelly in 2. Jeff Bernard's going to sneak up there. He's going to try to grab 3. And it looks like JMK and Jamie Nielsen are going to have to fight hard to fend off Jeff and Jimmy.
Tate, bring him to the 1-minute pin. It's going to be exciting.
15 seconds. It looks like Taylor Evans is super early. We're at 10. He's going to go into lane number 2. 5, 4, 3, 2. Taylor is over. 1. Mark. Taylor Evans is over. Everybody else is clean as a hep. Backstretch. Jamie Nielsen's going to try to fend off lane 1 from J. Michael Kelly.
And great sportsmanship by Taylor Evans. Tate, it looked like he cut through the infield. He'll loop around and join the field on the outside.
Absolutely.
40 seconds away. It's the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. And Tate right now, Jamie Nielsen in prime position, and he did. He gets lane number 1. He just passed that entrance pin at turn number 2. Nielsen in 1, Kelly in 2. Let's go to the back to see if we can get the assignments for 3 on out. Nielsen in 1, Kelly in 2. Let's go Bernard in 3, Shane in 4, with Salmon and Evans back 10 seconds away. It's the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. We're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, it appears to be a clean start. We're racing in the final heat of the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup.
Clean start as Jeff Bernard and J. Michael Kelly are deck to deck as they come down to turn number 1. They have Jamie Nielsen on the inside and Taylor Evans on the outside. He stole lane 4 from Jimmy Shane. Jamie Nielsen slides out into J. Michael Kelly's roost tail, but it's J. Michael Kelly at the exit pin, Jeff.
Boy, Jamie Nielsen done an incredible job of curving through turn number 1 tight. He's in 3rd. Your leader, your top qualifier, J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking. It's the first of 5 times around. The winner take all final heat. They enter turn number 2 in front of Rattlesnake Mountain. Kelly is there. He's your leader. Bernard in 2nd. Nielsen making up ground in 3rd. And Taylor Evans driving a dandy back and forth on the bucket list. KIS WMS Rock will come down to complete lap number 1. 1 in the books and 4 to go. J. Michael Kelly in front. Jeff Bernard hidden in the tail in 2nd. Jamie Nielsen in 3rd. Tate, they go into turn number 1. Kelly's in front, but he's got company behind him.
He does have company behind him, Jeff. J. Michael Kelly is in 1st. Jeff Bernard is in 2nd. Jamie Nielsen has hit a buoy. He is a lap down, so it's J. Michael Kelly battling Jeff Bernard up the backstretch. Unfortunate for Jamie Nielsen. He had such a great day, as Jeff Bernard is trailing now by about a rooster tail behind JMK as they head up the backstretch into turn number 2.
Thank you, Tate Meyer. Tough break for Jamie Nielsen. Now it appears that Bernard is creeping into the rooster tail of the J&Ds. And there is Kelly, and there's still Nielsen on the inside as we'll come down to complete lap number 2. 2 complete, 3 to go. J. Michael Kelly in front. And now he extends it out, Tate, make it about 7 boat lengths over Jeff Bernard in 2nd and Goodman Real Estate.
Absolutely. J. Michael Kelly hits the entrance pin of turn number 1 first. He's got only Jeff Bernard to deal with on his outside because Jamie Nielsen is a lap down. So he's trying to push Jeff out into the further lanes to get a little edge over him, Jeff.
Boy, Jamie Nielsen still driving the wheels off the J&Ds. He is a lap down with that buoy infraction, but to his outside is your leader, J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking. And Kelly has to deal with Jamie Nielsen there to the inside. And with that, Tate Bernard catching up on the outside hip of Kelly. We will come down to complete lap number 3 of the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. Nielsen appears to be in front, but he is back with that penalty. There's your leader, Kelly, in the red and black Graham Trucking. And right now, Tate, Kelly in front, and Bernard keeps charging on the outside in 2nd. This is not over.
It is not over. He's about a half a rooster tail back, and Jeff Bernard is one of those drivers here in the Invitational. He just went in the inside, too. Jeff Bernard went in the inside of J. Michael Kelly, and Kelly cannot come over because he is within a rooster tail. This is going to be very interesting, Jeff, as they come up the backstretch.
What a gutsy move by Bernard. We're 3.5 in, a lap and a half to go in the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. Nielsen has got out of the way. Kelly in front. There is Bernard. Bernard, Kelly, and Bernard.
Oh, Bernard goes over.
He went over and he has crashed. Oh, my. Bernard's run for the Columbia Cup has ended in turn 2. And now Kelly comfortably out in front. Tate Meyer, white flag displayed. 1 more to go for the Graham Trucking in front. What a battle. Bernard tried. The tail got him.
The tail got him, absolutely, Jeff. JMK comes into the turn 1 for the final time. He's trying to duplicate his 2019 HAPO Columbia Cup win with a 2020 virtual HAPO Columbia Cup win as he heads up the backstretch.
On board with your leader, J. Michael Kelly, in the Graham Trucking. And you see he went outside the wakes to find smoother water on his final lap to win the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. Kelly works up into turn number 2 in front of Rattlesnake Mountain. Final turn, final lap. Quoting Michael McDonald, there's that Buffalo Brothers exit pin. He's going to streak to the start-finish line buoy. Here's your winner of the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup, J. Michael Kelly and Graham Trucking.
Second place, Taylor Evans.
Taylor Evans in the 99.9. Bucket List, KISW Miss Rock. In third position will be Jimmy Shane. Is that correct? Tate
Third
in
position,
the home
Jimmy
street?
Shane, yep. And fourth position looks like it's going to be Jeff Bernard.
So Jeff Bernard recovered to get fourth in the Goodman Real Estate. Here is your fifth place finisher.
Fifth place finisher,
Salmon.
Aaron Salmon in the 440, and sixth place is going to be Jamie Nielsen in the U11 J&Ds.
Thank you, Tate. Jamie will come across to get sixth. I wanted to apologize to Jamie and his wife, Jessica. I mentioned Crew, soon to be born, is going to be a boy. So, Crew, we will welcome you to the world very soon. And kind of got a feeling, Tate, he'll have hydro fever, just like his dad.
Absolutely, he will.
Tate, that was fun.
That was a heck of a final heat, as the Tri-City final heats often are.
And Tate, being a native of the Tri-Cities, you and your brother Jared have just done a phenomenal job with the videos you done prior to joining H1 Unlimited. And I know it has to be tough for you two young men not having the actual thing on the water in Tri-Cities, but this is better than zero.
Absolutely. It's better than nothing. Jared and I have been down at the park almost every day to go visit it and see what it's like down there with no boats. It's kind of a sad sight, but this is a great replacement, and we put on a great show, hopefully for the Tri-Cities fans. And we'll be back again, and the boats will be back again in 2021. I can't wait.
Before we bring our winner, J. Michael Kelly, in to get a word with him, Tate, we'd like to thank our sponsors again today. They include Staples of Spokane, the Spokane Angels Foster Care Community, Atomic Screen Printing, the American Powerboat Association, Jesse Stitches, and Woodshed Embroidery.
Absolutely, Jeff. Again, I want to thank all those sponsors, because without them, we couldn't put on the e-racing league or the driver invitational league, and they've been a great help to H1 Unlimited, and I want to thank them again.
Waiting for J. Michael Kelly to join us. We want to get a word with him. So Jimmy Shane wins in Guntersville and Madison. J. Michael Kelly gets in the winner's circle in the Graham Trucking. With us, J. Michael Kelly, you're the winner of the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup. Congratulations. Are you winded?
Oh man, my palms are sweaty. It's hard to hold that accelerator down to the ground with my legs shaking them as much as they were. That was a crazy final for sure.
I tell you what, it was a joy to watch, and hope the viewers across the world enjoyed it as much as Tate and I calling it. Tell us how you get this thing done. It was wild from starting gun to checkered flag.
I really got to thank Quentin and Matt for helping with the radios and just really keeping me calm and let me know it'll be all right. What a huge help it is having those guys. But I had Jamie on the inside and hit the start. And, I knew Jeff would be really fast on the outside. But we were able to get through there, and it worked really good.
Did you know Bernard went inside your wake off turn number 1, working there late in the race? That was a bold move on his part.
Yeah, I knew there was going to be a chance because I had Jamie up on my inside, and I knew he had hit a buoy. But so I was kind of stuck on that hip of Jamie, and I think he kind of went out a little bit, and then that's when Jeff ducked up my inside, and at that point there was really nothing I could do other than make sure I ran a good, hard, solid lane 2 through there and make him run through that slop, and I think he kind of got up into the wakes and couldn't hold it in there. I didn't get a chance to see it though.
You're a competitor. You've won the actual HAPO Columbia Cup. Has to be neat, though, for you to win the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup to crack this winners list this year in the H1 Drivers Invitational Series.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I get to burn each 2 years now. So, but no, I had such a blast, today, and just getting to play online with a lot of these guys that I've watched do it. Man, they're all really cool guys, and they're fun to talk to. They've been excellent with my son Carson, who plays a lot online. So I'm very much appreciative to all these guys, and I had a blast today, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I mean, it's a lot of fun, especially racing against my competitors that I raced against out on the water in the big boats.
Now, you're new to this. You've only been doing this, 4, 5, 6 weeks is sim racing?
Yeah, I didn't even have a computer before. Like the week before, I had to go steal my parents' computer so I could play in their steering wheel and stuff. I think I had like maybe a week's practice before Madison, and then it's been tough getting in practice, before this race too. Just we got family stuff that we got to do, and I took Carson racing a couple weekends ago, and then we did some family camping last weekend. So it's been hard to get some time in, but I've gotten some really good pointers from a lot of these guys like Quentin Miller and Eddie Campush, and you name them, they've been out there, and they're more than willing to help.
It's a lot of fun. Jay Michael, congratulations, our winner of the virtual HAPO Columbia Cup in the H1 Unlimited Drivers Invitational Series. Go celebrate. You'll be ready for Seattle coming up, and Tate Meyer will give us the dates and time for that in just a moment.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Absolutely,
Tate Meyer,
Jeff.
it's been fun. Thank you for having me on board. You've got me hooked now. Made some errors, made some mistakes like always, but hope you welcome me back down the road.
Absolutely. You're welcome back anytime, Jeff, and I believe we'll have our colleague Brad Luce with us in Seattle. Seattle Driver Invitational will be next Sunday, not Saturday, next Sunday, August 2nd, right here on YouTube and Facebook, H1 Unlimited YouTube and Facebook. And you can catch all of your H1 Unlimited drivers who participated here next week battling on the tight 2-mile race course in Seattle, Jeff. It's as rough as real-life Seattle, so it should be a good one to watch.
That should be a lot of fun, and looking forward to that. And Brad was unable to join us today. He called me before I made my way out, Tate, and he hated to miss it, but he had some other priorities to take of. And like I said, he had an excused absence today, and it will be reflected on his H1 Unlimited time clock. Won't affect his evaluation.
No, it won't. He's put in so much time, I think he has a pass now.
How about you wrap it up for us?
Well, Jeff, I want to thank you. I want to thank Jared Meyer being our referee, along with Mickey Washburn, Nick Kish being our statistician, Emily Rainey monitoring the score sheet. I want to thank all the drivers for participating today. I want to thank the Waterfollies and HAPO for letting us put on the virtual Columbia Cup. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch us next week in Seattle for the replacement virtual Seafair race. Again, it's August 2nd at noon, Sunday, August 2nd at noon. And we can't wait to put on another show for you guys then. Until then, we'll see you then.